Good day, everybody. I hope everybody's doing very well. Today, I want to talk about a topic that I had with a very good friend of mine and her colleague, which touched on incest among siblings, how this occurs and why it occurs, and what we can possibly do as parents, guardians to make sure that this doesn't happen. These are things that are actually happening. We just don't want to talk about it, or we shy away from it because it brings shame to the family, and it brings a lot of anxiety and guilty feelings from the caregivers or the parents. So we had this discussion on the 23rd of June. I will put the link on the discussion, and so if you have time, please, I urge you to go and have a look at it. I'll just touch a little bit on what they said, because they work at Elam, which is a youth center or a center that looks at this type of situations where they have family interventions when there is incest among the siblings. So the biggest takeaway from this discussion was that a lot of the time, a dysfunctional family is what may cause or trigger some of these events. Now, you may wonder, why would a brother and a sister actually sleep with each other, right? Well, there's quite a few reasons. And there are two types of reasons why sex among siblings will take place. And I'll talk about the two types and classifying them as type A and type B. So type A, as it was explained, it's basically based on connections. So let's say the parents are very busy, they are workaholics, or they need to get their career started, and they're always in and out of the house, and you always have, let's say you have an older sibling taking care of the younger ones. Most of the time it would be like the older son or the older boy who would be taking care of the younger siblings, being both girl and a boy, where they would have to take care of their meals, bath them, clothe them, read to them. If they have to do homework, they are the ones that are doing these things. So what happens is, because the parents are not around as parents to give this warm role of being a parent or affection, they tend to lean on each other. So type A talks about how the siblings get very close with each other, how they get attached. Although it's very weird and uncomfortable, this can be then misread into some sexual attraction, and then the older sibling will use sex or will start sleeping with them, and then the victim feels confused. They don't know what is happening, and then half the time they want to tell the parents, but if they tell the parents, they feel this close connection with their older sibling that's doing this to them, and then they don't know, so they just withdraw. So they end up being very lonely, and because they love their sibling that's doing this, and they love their parents, they feel like they are maybe the problem and they should be doing something different. And if you are an observer, you would see that this child has changed. Their marks are low, their marks are not okay, but still they have this identification crisis within the family setup, because what happens is they get very close with the person, or they are very close with this person because there's no affection or time from the parents. And this could be because the parents are really busy, or they're just not available emotionally, or they are having their own issues as well. So this is one of the reasons, type A, why the kids would get into an affectionate relationship or sexual relationship. So it's basically affection and just wanting to be with each other. The second type, which is type B, which is a bit violent, where you have the older sibling actually bullying the small child, raping them, having sex, and threatening to harm them if they were to tell. So the child or the victim is in constant fear. They're in terror. They're scared to be alone with the sibling. And again, could be because the parents are very busy. They are always in and out and emotionally unavailable, because maybe they're also going through their own things. So there's a lot of self-destruction behavior from the victim, where they might start cutting themselves, drinking a lot, using drugs at an early age. Sometimes they might rebel and have boyfriends or girlfriends at a very early age, because they just want to get this feeling out of them and they don't know how to. So basically, type B is based on control and authority by the older sibling. And it could be you have a brother who's the eldest, abusing or sexually violating his sister or brother as well. So these kids get confused, and a lot of time that could lead to them thinking of suicide because they are so scared. And when they go to school, they are withdrawn. They don't know how to interact. They don't know who to tell, because if you do tell that the parents, there might be conflict and confusion there, and they don't want to break up the family as well. So there's a lot of anxiety and fear there. So at the end of the day, what the LM system does is they have a session, or they have programs individually, group-wise, as a family unit, where they try and take care of the situations. And please, I urge you to go and listen to it. So, but it's not a once-off session that they have. It's normally over a period of 2, 3, 4 years, depending on the severity of the case. And yes, so it happens. So what I want to say at the end of this is, if you are parents and you have kids, it's not always that this is going to happen, no, but please, if you are able, be emotionally available, make time, create space and time with the kids, so that you can play with them, so that you can read with them, even if you guys are not okay. Because if you were to watch my earlier clips, I spoke about what divorce does to the kids and how to handle divorce and kids. So if you are a couple and you're going through things, it's best that you go through counseling if possible, so that you can also so that the kids can feel safe enough to talk to you about certain things that's happening. It could be because you are not there and they feel close to each other, and then they start engaging in sex, which could be a problem, which is definitely a problem. Or it could be that you are not around, and the older sibling uses force and coercion to rape their younger sibling. At the end of the day, the victims are young and they're confused and they love their older sibling. So there is help out there. We just need to make sure that we are available for our kids, that we're taking care of. And should there be any problems that arises from it, please seek professional help. Go see a counselor, a psychologist, a social worker, anybody that you can talk to that can help you with the situation that's going on at home. And again, please go watch the clip. It's more informative. I just wanted to give a short version of it, and I hope this makes sense to you. Make great choices, be kind, and take care of your mental health. I'll see you next time.